By the
I
way,
want a door.
guess how much he got that for?
Hundreds?
We'll just get, guess a number and I'll tell you higher or lower.
250. Hmm?
Yeah, you got it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Breaking Points, giving you motorsports coverage beyond the checkered flag. But this podcast specifically, just NASCAR coverage beyond the checkered flag. The only news we have this week, which, if you follow our sport, you will have already learned that last Thursday, or I shouldn't even say last Thursday, I don't know when you're going to listen to this. What day was that? The 21st. May 21st, we lost two-time NASCAR Cup Series champion Kyle Busch. And instead of sitting here reciting all of his stats that I know a lot of people know, unless we want to call to our resident statistician over here, do we?
I mean, I can just rattle off some numbers that I, of course, know off memory because I'm an absolute nerd. But 63 Cup wins, two championships, 102 O'Reilly Series wins with the title there, and 69 Truck Series wins, one of which he got just last Friday in Dover. It's crazy how quickly everything unfolded.
Yeah. And if you didn't know, it was pneumonia that turned to sepsis. So now that you know the stats, we're going to share some stories actually about Kyle Busch. Remember his legacy over here. So I'll start this off. I don't know how old I was, but I know for a fact it was at Phoenix Raceway. It was probably like 2007, 8, 9 maybe. I don't know. But I do distinctly remember standing trackside with my dad and we're watching all the cars go by. He was a big Jimmy Johnson fan. And I see this bright yellow M&M car. And something you should know about me, I have a lisp. Kind of when I say certain things. It was horrible when I was younger. And I pointed at this bright yellow car, well, as much as I can as a short child and a car going 100 and something thousand miles an hour when I was a kid. I don't know. I'm pointing at it and I say, that's my Nem Nem car. And since then, I have rooted for Kyle Busch on the back burner. I never actually said it a lot, but Kyle Busch definitely, I looked forward to that. I looked forward to that yellow M&M car so much so that I got my nails to be the yellow M&M. If you guys are seeing it, you're seeing it. But if you're listening, imagine what the yellow M&M looks like. That is my nail. Um, so yeah, who would like to go next?
I'll go next. So obviously I grew up with NASCAR. I was born in 2005. So literally every single year of my life, whether I remember it or not, Kyle Busch has been on the racetrack. So it's surreal. I almost I can't fathom it that Kyle Busch is gone. But to get back on track, last March, 2025, for for the motorsports magazine all three of us used to write for, I did a piece on Kyle Busch, and that involved a little Zoom interview, and it was all right. I mean, I was nervous as hell because I'm speaking to Kyle Busch, who might objectively go down as a top 10 driver in the sports history, if not higher. Um, I'm talking to this guy, and most of it went unpublished because I tried doing a profile spin, but I gave up on it for what I did end up writing about, and that was him racing with Brexton at Millbridge. It was the first time he ever shared the track with Brexton, and well, was going to share the track with Brexton, his son, who was 10 at the time, I believe. And he was explaining his plan for Brexton in the future to get to NASCAR, and the way he explained it wasn't always. not an if he'll get there, but a when. It was a certainty in his mind. And I think that proudness and that maturity is really uh, a testament to how Kyle Busch grew from that guy who was definitely not fully mature, especially in the mid to late 2000s, with the run-ins he'd have on track to 2025, raising two kids, Brexton and Lennox. Um, yeah, and the plan of retiring once he gets to share the track with Brexton Bush in the truck series never came to fruition. And it never will. And I think that's just what's tougher to stomach because Brexton, literally on Thursday night, the day his father died, raced a Legends car race. Like he had to put that in the back of his mind as he got into the car. And now he has to pursue this dream for his dad that he can no longer speak to. Really, it's just I don't know what else to say. It's just yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been watching as long as Sean had. Obviously, I came in touch with the sport 21, 22. Um, but by then that 22 was his last season in the Joe Gibbs 18, and I think me personally, I don't have as much like unforgettable experiences with Kyle Busch, but his in his first year with RCR, I distinctly remember that at one point I actually thought he had a chance to win another championship. I think it was Gateway, his third win, and yeah, obviously I don't have that, memory that he was that dominant, crazy, crazy good driver that he was. But um, I think in a way, I got in contact with a Kyle Busch that was a little lighter in terms of his intensity and also where he stood as a man. Obviously, as Sean said, his family, his kids. Um, I think I saw a lot more of that. I can relate a lot more to that, and I respected a lot more of that. Obviously, again, it's sad that Brexton's gonna go on with less one less parent, which is something I cannot imagine because I have never experienced it, and it's really a really hard thing because I've seen some of my friends go through that, and it's tough and it wears on them. I hope he and it was just his birthday like a week ago. I That hurts even more as a kid, but I hope he stays strong. A lot of respect to what Kyle Busch represented. Um, just tough as nails. Um, a lot of intensity. A huge rate. A really good racer, and just a competitor from start to end.
Yeah. Um, he was, and I certainly will miss him on the track. It's not going to be the same, but we must go on. The show must go on. What race are we even supposed to start with here? Um, the truck race was supposed to go first. It did not go first. It was supposed to go the next day. It did not go that day. In either time it was scheduled. The no abs race ended up going first, which no, I'm not going to say that until the very end. Do we want to go in the scheduled time it was supposed to go?
Uh, we can just go and how it actually went.
Okay. So, as I said, Truck Series was supposed to be Friday. It was not Friday. It was moved to 8 a.m. Saturday. It was not 8 a.m. Saturday. So then it was moved to 9 p.m. on Saturday. But the O'Reilly's race was before that. So that means we get to talk about the O'Reilly's race. Who wants to? Actually, should I kick us off? I should kick us off. Ross Chastain paying homage to Kyle Busch with the bow after a rain shortened slash very, very extended race, which went to apparently almost midnight Eastern time. I'm not laughing at that. I am laughing at that. Sean, you had to stay up for that. I am so sorry. Um, the one time you do the O'Reilly's race, and yeah, how was that for you? First of all, let's just go there.
I don't even want to begin. It, I will say before I go to the negative, the racing we did get was pretty good. I would say. Even going back through the highlights, the cars could follow. Like Jesse Love, Zilich, and Chastain all had great battles. Obviously, the negative rain. Well, first off, rain delayed the beginning. Then uh, it started. Harrison Burton spun 4 hour red flag for rain, and then we got about an hour or so of racing. Racing is a way to put it because it was just a bunch of cautions, unfortunately, but it ultimately culminated to the last caution, which was a very odd crash when Dawson Cram left oil on the track in turn one, and NASCAR did not catch it. The leaders went through Chastain, Love, Day, Allgaier, Hill, actually not Hill, but Allgaier, Clements, so many drivers slammed the wall, and NASCAR recognizing that there's a huge storm coming through that night. And yeah, they saw the stage two was nearing its end as well, the arbitrary distance at which they can call the race. And they just paced until then. And on any other weekend, I think I'd be mad. But I was not at the race, but I was in the Charlotte area as everything went on this weekend. And genuinely, if you look at the forecasters, I don't see what else they could have done with getting trucks in. Had would have had to have been Sunday morning because Monday it rained literally all day. So yeah,
Yeah, so fun fact about that no X race. The longest green flag run was 15 laps. So that sucked. But yay. Um, I will admit I was slightly disappointed. I was really thinking I would I would never actively root for Mr. White Gloves. However, I was pulling for him and Jesse this weekend. I obviously with it being RCR, and it being Kyle's team, I wanted them to win it for him. And the fact that they finished second and third, I was very upset, but I also know there was no way they could restart that race. So I've come to terms with that. Am I happy about it? Not exactly, but at least Ross did he he did the thing. He did the bow. And that is a very common theme you will see throughout the weekend. Gabe, did you see any pit stop problems in that one? Or was there any time to get pit stops in? Love that.
There's
Um,
this is a quiet week for them. You know, no good stops, no bad stops, just stops. I mean, we could mention one or two, you know, later on in the Cup Series. Um, but I think it was all right. For the most part, for the most part.
some stops were hours long, actually.
I'm turning these into quotes and I'm posting them on our Instagram. Now that we
We'll
have a
see.
quote graphic, which add us on Instagram at breaking_points. I'm plugging. You guys don't plug.
I
Y'all
know,
should plug more.
my bad. Also, neighborhood stat guy here. I worked really hard on finding this just for a 1 minute segment on this podcast. I went through every O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race of a track over 1 mile. Today was the shortest race in mileage of any racetrack over a mile, and it was 136 and a half miles.
That's including all the caution laps.
Yes.
So
I'm not.
technically even worse.
Okay, well, there were 50. You know what? Let's do this right now. There were 54 caution laps. The race went for 91 laps. So that's 37 laps of green flag racing. 37 times 1.5 here is 55 and a half miles of racing.
It's almost like the stat. Okay, we're bringing other sports in on this fucking podcast again. It's almost like the stat that Bad Bunny walked more yards than the entire New England Patriots during the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because I think Bad Bunny was like 122 and the Patriots was like sub 100. Oh, this is so bad. Um, so since we did this out of order, um, this one I topped the charts with Sammy Smith, Yippee. Then we had Kyle Sieg, which was in 19th, and last episode we didn't actually have a number for yours, Sean, but it was Joey Gase who finished 23rd. So we weren't like that far apart. Like we were not that bad. It could have been worse. So yeah. Uh Standings. Take it away, Sean.
Oh, yeah. I did not have them up. Give me just a minute. Hold on, wait. I'm locked. Let me hold on.
Great.
Wait, wait,
Anything else
wait.
you want to
I'm
talk about
literally
though?
almost there.
I know, but I'm
Okay.
asking Gabe if there's anything he wants to add so it's not just silence. Except it's not silence, it's us arguing.
Yeah, no. To be honest, I didn't even like I couldn't even endure it like to like all the way to the end. Like I couldn't go through all of the caution laps. I kind of just like faded into my sleep. So yeah, that one I have no notes, but I have notes for the next one. A
Oh, I
lot of
think
it.
we
Um,
all got notes for the next one.
yeah, so standings, Allgaier has 696 points. He leads by 145 over Jesse Love. Corey Day is in third still. Sheldon Creed in fourth, and Brandon Jones in fifth. Down to the cut line, Taylor Gray is there at 371. 2 points back is Raja Caruth, and 15 points back is Ryan Sieg.
And Brent Cruz is still out of the chase again.
Yeah, that's another uh, one of the few things that happened in the race was Brent Cruz being involved in one of those cautions. I can't remember what happened. I think it was Brandon Jones kind of cut down on Mayer and caused a
I
little
was gonna
chain
say
reaction.
I remember it being like a wrong place, wrong time kind of thing.
It looked similar
Or maybe I'm mixing
to
this
the
up.
Busher Priest Briscoe crash in the Cup race.
Yeah, maybe. Anyways, Rex, which took place at 10 a.m. on Sunday, which pause for a second. Did y'all watch the Cup race post race show?
I didn't.
Oh my gosh. So Corey LaJoy was, spoiler alert, they interview SVG on the post race show, so that tells you kind of where he finished in this. Corey LaJoy is interviewing SVG on it. Completely forgot that they raced against each other that day. They both forgot that they had raced against each other in this truck race. And I don't even remember who it was. I think it was Carl Edwards that pointed it out. He's like, "Didn't you guys just race against each other?" And they're just like, "This day's been too long." Anyways, so Point is, truck race. Gabe, would you like to start us off on this one?
Yeah, I was the one who did the report. I was the one who woke up at like,
Thank
I don't
you.
know, 7 a.m. and did the report.
Thank you.
It was I I have I even today I am a little bit angry about it. 11 cautions, 53 caution laps, and 110 laps of overall racing. The longest green flag run was 9 laps. I
Brother.
I and the whole thing was pissing me off, right? I We couldn't sustain a run more than 9 laps. Everyone was crashing, like, like oh my goodness. Um, we can talk a lot about it. All right, right. The race clock obviously had a factor in this thing, but I just didn't like it. I just didn't like that everyone just forgot how to drive, you know. Um it's just poor. Obviously Lane Riggs came out on top, um under caution. He deserved it. He kind of went back and forth with Ekis towards the end, even actually for a good part of the race. Obviously came out on top of that. um Second, Caden Honeycutt, Zilish, Rhodes, Ruggiero, and the Nakis. Um, yeah, I just it's just poor racing. Nine, if you can't even get to like 10, like double digits consecutive green laps ran, it's a bad day, you know. And yeah, congratulations to Lane Riggs, but it was just a bad day, bad day.
Yeah, I want to talk about real quick. There was a crash on lap 48 that saw Corey Day spin in Kyle Busch's truck, spin down the backstretch and catch air toward a section of wall that had no catch fence. And when I was watching it live, like my heart sank. I mean, you're watching the to put it like honestly, to put it lightly, we were going to witness a tragedy had that car caught air a little later. Um, Whether it was to driver, spectator, or both, it was going to be a very bad accident. And I think now that the Roval really isn't being used anymore, that's why there's no fence there. Um, we could at least maybe look in that putting some kind of fence there to avoid a situation like that. Because I mean, an investigation into the crash will be like, yep, there was a crash here, but you kind of need to look into what the consequences are, and the potential consequence of that could have been catastrophic.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about Corey Day as well. Not just that crash, which thankfully he is okay. Um, we're gonna throw that out there. But also he did start on pole because Kyle Busch sent one from the grave with his win in Dover. And the amount of people that I saw online that said we're pulling for Corey Day this weekend was huge. And obviously, friend of the pod, we root for him a lot. Go Corey if you're still listening. I doubt it. What? It was scary to see. It's always scary to see a big crash like that, but to know that he's okay is obviously the main problem with that, or the main thing with that. What else did I want to talk about that? Oh yeah. Also, shout out Lane Riggs, not just for winning. Thank you for doing the bow correctly. That was one thing that kind of irked me about Ross is he did the bow in victory lane without the flag. Lane did it outside of the car with on the track with the flag, and I was like, that's the bow. That's the bow we want. Which I mean, it's all paying tribute to Kyle Busch, but he did a good bow. I'm not gonna lie. That was a good one. Was there any? I mean, since there's only nine runs or 9 laps between good runs, is there any good or bad pit stops besides the one good one from the 34 team? Snaz, do you want to talk about that good one?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think all of them were similar. Some of them just went a little bit longer because they wanted to take a little bit more fuel. And there wasn't any like, oh, no one, you can hit the gun on the right spot. I don't think there was any like that. Um, yeah, it's just a really bland race.
It was. And to make it even more bland, the highest finisher of our three was 20th. Tyler Ankrum, thank you for finishing 20th. Sean, your pick. Cole Butcher, thank you for finishing the race in 27th. And Caleb Costner, thank you for not entering the race and getting me a 37th finish. That was phenomenal. Thank you, brother. You qualified, but you didn't line up. That was that hurt me. That hurt me a little bit. I don't think there was much change in the standings, was there? I mean, obviously there's still points changes, but you know.
Yeah, Honeycutt still leads over Riggs by 11 points now. Christian Eckes, though, moves up to third, who was originally down in sixth. Ruggiero is in fourth. Chandler Smith drops down to fifth. Oh, I just knocked into my desk. I was kind of loud. I don't know if you heard that.
I did.
Uh, Tyler Ankrum is on the cut line. Speaking of him, he leads by 1 point over Stuart Friesen and then leads by a further 8 over Justin Haley.
Wow, so Justin Haley's gone down. That's unfortunate. I don't think it was a good day for colleague. I don't remember exactly. I was watching my nephew. Maybe I'll put a
Yeah.
picture of him. No, I won't.
As we're on the as we're talking about, oh my goodness, I got something I want to get off my chest.
Please do.
Chris Wright, you're a douche. Like, I'm just gonna I'm, I'm gonna I'm gonna be like the guy who spoke to James Harden. You know, I'm gonna talk to you like man to man, right? Look, obviously, right? Whatever you heard your spotter say, clear high, not clear high, someone in your quarter panel, you have your a little bit of obligation as a driver to feel someone right next to you, right? You gotta feel it being there. And if your first instinct as a driver is to go go on radio and say you said something wrong, then no one's gonna want to work with you, right? You're given a second chance at this thing. Whatever the reason it is, maybe it's money, whatever, right? I'm not gonna bash you for getting a second chance, but you can't go out and at least not on radio and say like, yo, buddy, you gave me the wrong instructions. You can't do that, right? Do it behind closed doors. Do it at the trailer, right? Or just say, or just shut up and go back and talk about it. Don't just go on radio and start blaming people. That's a bad look for him. Didn't like it. Obviously, you crashed out, Brendan Queen. I hate for that to happen. But the main thing is that was so irresponsible for Chris Wright as a grown man to like just go on radio and just bash someone, to throw responsibility away. You're not gonna you're not gonna get any like this kind of opportunity anywhere else if you keep acting like this. So please be better. You know, not, a lot of people already hate you for it, right? So let's just start driving responsibly, acting responsibly, and stop just throwing blame at people and just acting like an entitled little piece of crap. That's it.
Louder for those on the back. Um, so now Cup race. I do, you know, gave your face. Um, I feel like I'm gonna start this off by commending Christopher Bell. Thank you for putting on a good show for your episode so we can actually talk about you on episode 20. Almost every single time it has not been the driver's race on their episode. Granted, he did not win. Unfortunately. Then again, if he did, I would have made a really bad joke and I did not need to get canceled like that. But Daniel Suarez, um, not to steal a whatchamacallit, a nickname from Formula One, Master Minister of Defense slash restarts, this guy, and great at coordinating with Kyle Larson. Who would have thunk that? Um, Daniel Suarez won the race, which was his third career win, second for Spire this year too. But I'm going to respect his wishes and I'm not going to talk about him as much other than that chunk there. Daniel Suarez says, this is not about Spire. This is not about me. This is about Kyle. He dedicated his win and basically his entire career to Kyle, which is awesome to see. Initially, before the restarts, Gabe and I kind of were upset. We were like, please do not call it right now. There's no racing. There's no way that this is going to end here. Because he had pitted beforehand and only took 2 tires and was up 13 spots to the lead. But then we stood corrected as he then proceeded to hold off Christopher Bell and Denny Hamlin linking up and charging after him, restart after restart, because the rain kept coming. Um, yeah, they would run like a lap or two, and then they'd be like, actually, there's lightning in the area. Let's restart. They go back. Wait, it's actually raining in turn 2 now. Re-rack. I lost count of how many restarts there was, I'll be honest. But the entire time he held him off. He did a great job at it. And I also found it kind of funny that every single time, instead of working like teammates, Christopher Bell and Denny Hamlin just started fighting each other every single time. You would think after the first time they would have learned, hey, maybe fighting each other for the lead isn't gonna win us the race. Maybe we need to work together to push at least one of us there, and then we can fight. But no. They decided to fight for second, and they suffered, being second and third. So, yippee. And then Daniel Suarez finished it off with the bow, as it always turns out. And pause before I let you guys get into your thoughts. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. You want to know something that's kind of funny and really ironic for this weekend? I'm going to tell you anyway. Thanks, Brick Wall. The 34 of Lane Riggs won. The 9 of Chastain won. The 7 of Suarez won. 34 minus 9 minus 7 equals 18. Kyle Busch's number. I associate him with the 18 more than I do the 8. I'm sorry. I associate the 18 with Kyle Busch. Cut me slack. But if the truck race had been first, that would have been really funny and ironic because it would have been in order. But it is not. Ah, my watch is telling me to stand. Gabe, why didn't you like my funny inference? You were so disappointed in that. You went, do you not like math? Engineer?
Don't get me started on it. Don't get me started on it. I suffered for 10 months with math. But no, yeah, I'm gonna lead obviously, you already said it all with Suarez. Obviously, we started with what we said, and then we were proven wrong. But yeah, I just really didn't understand why Bell and Hamlin just couldn't work together. Obviously they're both, oh, I'm Denny Hamlin, I gotta win, and Christopher Bell is Christopher Bell. Everyone knows. Um, I obviously it's when you're obviously racing against the weather, it's hard to put your egos aside. Like adrenaline's there, and then your whatever your thing like logical thoughts just go out the window. But one thing I was just yelling at the TV saying just like, please work together, but they didn't. But yeah, great win for Suarez. Um, I loved it. Toyota's had a lot of great runs. Bell, Hamlin, behind them. Reddick at one point was also very close. Gibbs. Um, yeah, that's probably it. Obviously, didn't end up being a full race, but I think it was all right. It was all right for what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think on that last pit stop where Suarez took two, but I was in a call with a few other people while I was watching the end because I pretty much drove the entire way until about lap 200. Then I got back. Um, I was saying like you should take two here. Like that's the logical thing to do when there's rain coming and you need track position. And I couldn't believe that Daniel Suarez was the only one to take two tires. That just seemed insane to me. Um, and I mean, he did one hell of a job holding track position on old tires relative to especially the Toyotas who had dominated all night. Hamlin, uh, Reddick, Gibbs at one point, Briscoe at one point, who eventually crashed out. Um, Managed to hold all those guys off as the lone Chevy pretty much takes Spire's second win. Um, yeah, I mean, on another note, though, I know I'm not talking about standings yet, but Daniel Suarez does move up to 10th in the standings, um, mainly because a lot of people on that bubble cut line area had really bad days. Talking about Briscoe, Crash, Priest, Busher, um, Cindric, Zilich. There are a lot of guys who had a lot of bad days who are in that kind of picture, and Suarez took full advantage of it.
I'm sorry. Connor Zilish is in the picture? Since when?
The polar bear in Arlington, Texas. I realized that right after I said it.
I was gonna say, I know Chase Elliott was involved in his own crash.
Yeah.
Wrong C name, I guess. I mean, I appreciate you. I appreciate the shout out, but I don't think he's anywhere near that cutoff line. He needs to step it up if he wants to try and make it. I don't think he's making it. I don't think he's making it in the top 20. But alas, what did we have? Gabe, you had Mr. Joey Logano, birthday boy, who got a top 10. He finished 8th. He was our only top 10. And then I think it was his best oval finish. Sir Duke. I don't remember what the full name was. I know I just wrote Sir Duke on here. If you didn't watch last week's episode, we have actually for the last couple weeks Sean has progressively been doing more and more outlandish names for Shane Van Gisbergen. Um, I have side note, I have now gotten 3 people in my Discord server to only refer to him as Sir Shanley McVan Van Gisbergenet. I'm pretty sure they think that's his actual name
That's awesome. I love that.
because one of them is from one of them's from Germany and the other one I think is from Brazil. So I'm like me and a couple other people are like introducing them to NASCAR and I think they are convinced that's actually his name. I don't know if that's true though. And then I had Noah Gragson, who was 24th, so not horrible, but not great either. Oh, pause. I want to talk about pit stops real quick. I'm gonna steal your thunder for a second here, Gabe. Why can we never have anything nice? Um, do you guys know that trend where it's like my top five favorite horror movies and it's like the most random things and it's not actually
Yeah,
horror movies?
I've seen it.
Yeah, my top five favorite horror movies. Whenever the number 12 needs to pit, the number 12 has a loose tire, the number 12 is running out of fuel, the caution comes out, and it's just everything related to Ryan Blaney and the number 12 team. We cannot have nice things at this team. Like, are you kidding me? And to make it even worse, usually I turn to look at one of my other boys, one of my other drivers that I follow, and I'm like, okay, sick. At least one of you has to have a good pit stop. Well, two of them crashed out at the very beginning, and then the other one also had a bad pit stop. I'm sorry. What happened to the 77 team today? Or that's the first time I've actually made that stumble. Yesterday, Sunday, what happened to the 77 team? Dang, that's crazy. We'll give them another shot this week, wherever we're at, Nashville, which, side note, is a night race. I do not remember this being a night race. I don't think it normally is. I'm interested. I'm intrigued. But point is, 12 team, I got my eye on you. You are making me more and more upset as more weeks progress. 77 team, do better this week, but you get another chance. Anyways, was there any others that you wanted to talk about, Gabe? I kind of stole
Oh
your
yeah.
thunder because the 12th was
Oh
an easy
yeah.
one. Oh,
Oh
please.
yeah. 12 has been 12 the whole year, you know. 12 do 12, 12 do 12 things, Um, but yeah, my favorite team's crew, my number 20's crew, right? Boys, equipment interference and then having to pit in a different box, two different penalties, two. You just wonder, what if Christopher Bell didn't have to deal with this BS? Where would he be? He's sitting eighth in the standings. How, like, the amount of BS he has already dealt with so far into the season? I think he could have been at least top five in the standings. Is it outrageous to say Christopher Bell would be top five right now if he hadn't been going through all that BS? I think so. I don't think so. I don't think it's an outlandish thing to say. So please, 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 um, Sabrina Carpenter reference. My goodness. Um, yeah. Let's do our jobs, please. I want to see my favorite driver win for once. I haven't seen him win in like 1,000 years. I'm like that meme that just sitting around like and just waiting for something to happen. My goodness. Anyways, let's move on.
Pause. I'm not mentioning that yet, but I will shortly. Gabe is reading the messages now. But no, I also want to talk about how, first of all, the one funny thing that I distinctly remember when I came into this podcast without opening the race report was the Hendrick sandwich. Uh, there was a Hendrick Motorsports sandwich, and that was like my highlight of the first stage because nothing happened. Nothing happened. And it was John Hunter Nemechek who got stuck between William Byron and Chase Elliott before he crashed out. And it was very funny. And that's the only thing I remember from the first stage. But I also wanted to point out how funny, actually not funny, the fire on pit road was. Timmy Hill literally went up in flames in the pit stalls of Zane Smith and Chase Briscoe. So I point that out because Briscoe also like the pit stop after that like dropped. Like he had a really bad pit stop after that. And I wonder if like something got up on his tire because I think it was like right after that he crashed out. But yeah. Sean, would you like to say what running this Coke 600 was? Or do you only want to talk about the fact that Brad Keselowski and Daniel Suarez were there? Because
Yeah, they're
I
there.
don't, yeah, did you
That's
guys
it.
acknowledge that? Did you guys
That's all.
acknowledge that? No,
No,
did you guys acknowledge that this was the 67th running of the Coke 600? 67! Gabe, you didn't join us. We are children. I love how the youngest thinks like he's so high and mighty to not do a 6-7 meme with us. He's Gen Alpha over here.
Do the LeBron. Woo, woo, so scared.
Anyways,
um,
standings. Please
yeah,
take it away.
standing. Reddick leads by 122 over Hamlin. Blaney and Gibbs are in third and fourth, and then Chase Elliott rounds out the top five. Down to the cut line, Ryan Preece is 16th. He leads by 15 points over Austin Cindric, and then by a further 14 points over Joey Logano.
Daniel Suarez, where did he jump up to? Wasn't it like it's
He
like eighth, ninth?
he's 10th.
Uh, close enough. Also, can I just say how funny this is? No, I'm not sharing with you right now. I want to share how funny this is for a second. This is the third time that when I've interviewed someone in a presser and then they do horrible the week of that race. This is the third time. Out of the 4 articles I've done, this is the third one. I need to stop manifesting somehow. I'm trying to manifest good things and it never works. Anyways, Sean wants to share a screen. Yo, have you seen the Shark Tale thing recently?
Uh, I don't know, but
Oh, wait, question. I don't want to have to ask this, but now I kind of have to. Do we know who's filling in for Kyle Busch going forward? Or is it going to
no,
be Austin Hill?
and also the entry lists aren't even out, so I don't know.
How? We're filming later than normal.
They're just not out. I don't know what to say. But anyway,
Love.
I took my best. I don't want to say guess, but it's just from what we know who will be there in the Truck Series. Jonathan Schaefer in this number 69 for MBM. Um, Breitinger's in the 27 for Rackley War. Chastain is back in the 45, and that's all I can remember.
Spencer or Stefan? Dang.
Oh yeah, Stephen Parsons in number 4 for Nice. And yeah, Bailey, you're going first.
I went first last week, but go ahead.
Fine, it's Gabriel. I give this to Gabriel.
Sure.
You get whoever's in the number 42 this week because it's not out. I don't know.
Love that.
All right,
Yo, what if we all got numbers?
I
That'd
go
be kind of
second.
funny.
Let's see if I get numbers. There's a good chance. There's quite a lot of them.
What are we gonna do if... Okay, interesting.
Stephen Parsons. Okay.
Love that for you. What are we gonna do if the number doesn't enter? Are we just gonna do the whole like 37th again?
Uh, that's
Or
a great
whatever one
question.
outside of it is gonna be? I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I've been doing.
Okay, yeah, we can just do that.
Thank you, Congressman Miller, for supporting HR.
Cool. Bailey, this is yours. No whammies.
All
You
whammies.
you get whoever's in the number 5 tricon.
Oh, I got a good one. Kind of.
All right.
At least I
For
think.
Riley series, same deal as trucks. Don't have the entry list. Roger Caruth is in the number 32. Cletus is back in the 33.
I would like
Um,
to point out that Hill is not astronomically huge right now.
is that Fat
It has
Joke?
decided to be an it has just nope, I'm just saying it has decided to be a normal size for once. That was not supposed to be a fat joke. It's just
Uh,
always Hill. It's never
the
any other name.
mm, okay, that's fucked up.
Brother, I have to censor that. Or I
Anyway,
delete it all out.
Bowman is in the 88 for Hendrick. It's the other notable entry. Bailey, you're going
Yay!
first.
Give me Bowman, please. I want to root for someone I actually care about. What? I didn't say that.
I guess Corey Day
Hey,
works.
yo, I'll take friend of the pod. I do care about friend of the pod. If you're
All
still
right,
listening, doubt it.
I'm second. Give me someone good. Fingers crossed.
Y'all need to
Oh,
start
oh,
manifesting names.
Carson Gavople.
Is he in the one this week or is he in the
He's in the one, so
Oh,
I'm feel
not
good
bad.
about that
Not
pick.
a bad pull.
That means we're due for a whammy. Gabriel, I'm sorry that you're about to get Joey Gase.
You're the one that got Joey Gase last week.
Please,
No, you get
no,
Cletus.
You got
no,
Garrett
no.
Smithley.
Hey, at least he has cool cars.
All right,
Uh,
Cup series. Um, we have the number 33 is unconfirmed. So yeah.
Juan
Other
Pablo
one that
Montoya.
yeah. Oh wait, you're pronouncing that incorrectly. I think you mean Shane Van Gisbergen. Um, so
Hold up, pause. Heim's not there, is he?
oh yeah, Heim is in the race. He is. I know he's on here. There he is. Right under Shane Van Gisbergen. Gabriel, you're first.
I've never wanted Shane Bakersburg more in my life. I want someone to get him.
oh,
Austin
Brother.
Cindric.
I'll take it.
So
I'll take it. I'll take it.
that's either hot or cold. You never know how he's gonna do. At least this year. Um, all right, I'm second. Please.
Give him some whammies.
Yay! Chris
Oh,
Buescher.
That's not bad. Cinnamon
All
Toast
right,
Chris.
Bailey, let's
I'm gonna
see.
get the whammy. Give me SVG. Damn.
Oh, Ryan Preece.
That's that. I don't
I
think
will
we have a
say,
real whammy in this one.
Ryan Preece is definitely not a whammy because his first two the first two times we came back to Nashville in 21 and 22 in the Truck Series, he won both those races. So
I think the real
I think
whammy in that list is unfortunately Austin Centric if it's a cold day,
yeah.
which is unfortunate. Sorry, Austin. I know I was at your presser last week. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry that I keep misspelling your name. But I blame autocorrect. Anyways, Nashville. Um, Don on your cowboy hats and your cowboy boots. Yeehaw. Hey, now when I say yeehaw at the end of the episode, it actually kind of makes sense for Nashville. So, yeah. Whose turn is it? I don't remember anymore. I think it's Gabe's. Sick. Gabe, take it away.
all right, all right, all right. That was the wrong one. That was for Texas. Anyways, we're going to Nashville, where all the country singers are. If you know, you know. But we're gonna go racing in Nashville. Hopefully, we're not gonna get a crap ton of cautions. Dadgum cautions. Anyways, we'll see you in Nashville. Tune back in next Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever day, and we'll see you then. Take it away.
Wait, 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 wait.
Yeah, it was confirmed this morning.
Start yet?
Did I start yet? No. My dad's bringing me shrimp.
Hey, yeah,
Pause,
guys, look
pause,
at
Hello.
that.
pause. Your pause. Where's
You're
my
blurred.
blur?
I can't see you,
I
but
know.
there you go.
Pause. You
Oh,
pause.
Sorry.
There you
that
go.
looks great. That looks pretty good.
That didn't work. That didn't do shit. There we go. Now he can hear.
Oh, there you go. Extra
That,
love on Memorial Day, everybody.
yeah, that looks very good.
All right, you guys take care. Have a great day.
You
Gabe's
too.
not here yet.
We'll put Gabe on. He just messed up.
What?
Woo!
Gabriel's late, by the way.
Everyone have a great week. Be safe, okay?
Thanks, Dad.
Sorry. Ricky Bobby Inc.
I really hope my microphone picks that up. I don't think it did.
It didn't.
He said, Ricky Bobby Inc. That's his
Hell
name.
yeah.
Headphones back on now.
Is
Oh, yeah.
Gabriel actually late, or is he in the waiting room? Yeah, honestly, like you'll probably leave there buying like a piece of car because
I want one.
every time I've gone there with my friends who hadn't been there before, they always walk out with something. My one friend walked out with Brad Keselowski's entire Atlanta door from the summer race, like the entire damn
Love that.
thing. And
Hell yeah.
my other one got a Todd Gilliland door from the Bristol night race last year. Hold on, I'll send it.
Love that.
By the
I
way,
want a door.
guess how much he got that for?
Hundreds?
But we'll just get, like guess a number, and I'll tell you higher or lower.
250. Hmm?
Yeah, you got it.
Hell yeah.
But yeah,
That's
no,
not bad. That's
yeah,
not bad for a door.
actually really good. Like they usually go for like 400, but he managed to get it down for somehow. I have no clue.
Hold up, you can negotiate?
Yeah, I mean that's pretty. Like parts can be negotiated. Like I mean, like the stuff that I got, like diecast shirts, like they'll look on eBay for like what listings are similar to it, and
Mm-hmm.
they'll go off that price. But yeah,
Fire.
like the parts and stuff can be negotiated.
Don't say that.
You'll be walking
I'm gonna
out with.
walk out of there with a bumper, bro. I'm gonna walk out of there with a full ass car.
You could walk out with a door depending on how big your vehicle is. I
I mean,
learned that you can be under 25 and get rental cars if you have AAA.
oh yeah, you can do
I
that. You can
I
also
didn't-
be 16 and get a U-Haul.
I really?
Well, you just need a valid driver's license. And you can
You
get a
mean to,
U-Haul.
you mean to tell me U-Haul has more U-Haul has more confidence in 16-year-old drivers than these car rental companies?
Yeah. Don't ask
That's
how I know
insane.
that, but I know that.
I assume you had to do some desperate measures.
No, I didn't get my license until I was 18.
Uh,
But I had some cheap friends. And
fair.
$29 for a day was a lot more manageable than whatever we could find. Side note, really morbid fact that I learned in death investigations I would like to let you guys know in on. Did you know that 1 in 3 people that die in hospitals die of sepsis?
Ugh.
I'm cutting this out, by the way. I just want
Okay.
someone else to share this knowledge with me.
I was about to say, I knew that sepsis was more common than like people think, but like I didn't think it was that common.
Oh yeah. 1 in 3
That's
deaths
crazy.
is sepsis.
Wow.
Cannot believe it.
The more you know. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but the last couple of episodes I've been opening them with a blooper and then going into our intro, which this is going to be a really, really bad one to do that with. Because we're going to go blooper, intro, breaking news, not really breaking news anymore, but Kyle Busch is dead. Serious moment. Not a laughing matter. If I start laughing, I'm not doing that.
We are gonna. If we start laughing, we can just retake it. It's literally the beginning piece. It's fine.
No, I'm not redoing this. The only times I've had to redo it was when we were talking about Daniel Dye.
Which was
My
also
first
no
reaction
laughing matter.
Yeah.
But you laughed anyway.
This one's actually a no laughing matter because you looked like you were about to break first. Point is,
the blame game is unreal.
I'll flip you off my candy nails. Speaking of, Gabe, I got Kyle Busch nails.
Nice.
Them.